Hello, I'm Crystal, and in this video report for the ED5009 module, Education, Identity and Social Justice, I'll be primarily discussing my knowledge and understanding of both the theories surrounding identity and the complexities of identity. I'm going to be using my artifacts that I produced in my group as a visual representation of these learning outcomes, and I'll be going through the production of this artifact in greater definitive detail. So, this is just a wide shot of the artifact that we produced, and as you can see, the focus, although the whole concept of this artifact was to speak of identity, theories of identity, ideologies of identity, and the complexities of identity, our focus was intersectionality. And intersectionality, according to Samuels and Ross Sheriff, gives a holistic perspective of all the factors that intersect to shape an individual, giving consideration to how race, gender, class, sexuality, and gender interact with each other to create a whole person. So, as you can see in our artifact, what we decided that we wanted to do was to create a timeline of two females' lives. Now, these females, as shown here in the middle, are from very different backgrounds. One is a white woman and one is a black woman, and we wanted to create a timeline of their lives and show how their identities were influenced and formed differently. Now, we started off with the tabula rasa, which means blank slate, or every human being is born as a blank slate. And this, is a philosophical concept of identity. And in my thoughts on that are that we are not born with our identity attached, but it is through the process of socializing with others and experiencing things in life that parts of our identity start to emerge. So that is my representation of the tabula rasa. And then we go on to the beginning of a child's life. And here we can see that there are images drawn in black and white purposefully, because the images are supposed to be interpreted differently. So here it's supposed to be a black baby and a white baby, but they are drawn in black and white so as not to force the audience's views of which one it would be, whether this would be the black baby or this would be the white baby. It's for the audience to decide just purely from their own visual thoughts which one would be which. And I thought that was a way of showing how we identify others as well through appearances and through colour. So taking away the actual colours, then we will then go by features or by other things that people would identify us as. And also, when speaking of identity, as I was previously saying, it's the relationship of the other to oneself. So the other being society, those around you, people within your cultural circle. Those are the things that you identify yourself with. So to bring it back to the artifact, and speaking about having intersectionality as our underlying theme, moving throughout the stages of specifically a female's life, we decided to focus on it being a female because within our group we were 4 females of a very similar cultural background, so we thought that this would be something that we could identify to. And so that was why I think we chose that, because intersectionality is not actually something that we have currently learnt yet within this module, but having done our own research, we can see how it links even to some of the things that we have already previously learned about identity and how influences and certain other societal factors shape our own identity. So I just wanted to draw your attention as well to this image in the middle, which is a face within a thumbprint, and that was also supposed to be another focal image, and that's why it's in the center, surrounded by many women of different cultural and racial backgrounds, because our thumbprint or fingerprint is one of the few things that is unique to every individual. So that was supposed to be a visual representation of how we can be identified as well. We can be identified specifically through fingerprints. So that was supposed to be part of the identity that we all perceive ourselves to be. And in going back to intersectionality, Ashmore and Jussim in 1997, they stated that human beings are not socially equal, but are ascribed and committed to a set of relative positions in the society, so that social opportunities for legitimating and enacting role identities are limited, scarce, and differently available. And this links perfectly to intersectionality, because intersectionality is primarily focusing on gender and race and social class, and the role that these things can play on influencing a person's identity. So that kind of was how we wanted to show our views of identity. And we also put our fingerprints, each member of the group put their own fingerprint and their university ID number at the bottom, because that is yet again another way that we can be identified as students, which is another part of our ever-growing identity. Now, from our production of the artifact, I think what we wanted was for the audience to understand and to have a grasp of the theory of intersectionality and how that relates to our identity, because identity is so multifaceted. There are so many different aspects of our own personal life experiences and our experiences with society that affect our identity. So we wanted to kind of bring that all together and try and put it all on our poster, which is why we had such a large poster, and express that. Now, with the production of the artifacts, we used text to anchor the images also that we produced there, and in terms of the relevance of intersectionality to identity, as I have previously said, the importance of so many different aspects like race, like gender, like cultural background. All of these things play a huge part in who we and who others identify themselves to be.